Alright, forgive me if this doesn't come out right. This is the first time I'm trying to do a video. My roommate and I just got into something really cool and I want to share it. We were into looking at Hebrews a little bit, and there's a direct quote from Psalm 40 that it's speaking about Jesus. It says, when he came into the world, he said, sacrifice and offering you did not want, but my ears you have digged. So this is where it got really interesting, because we looked at this issue of the digging of the ears, and where is precedence for this. And well, I'm glad you asked, because if you look into Exodus chapter 21, it's from the law. It's talking about these rules that for servants and masters. And well, I'll just read a few verses from there. If the servant served for 6 years, at the 7th year he could go free. And then it begins to get into it a little more, that if he came in by himself, he would leave by himself. If he had a wife or children, he could leave with them too. But if the master gave him children and a wife, then he could go by himself, but the master would keep the wife and children. But if he said plainly, if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying, then they would take him before the judges and bring him to the doorpost, so they could pierce his ear through with an awl, and that would be a sign he will serve him forever. And I got something. It's an awl. My roommate has an awl, and so they would take his ear and just pierce it through against the door. And so what's really interesting about this, I hope you can see it already, is that this Jesus was this servant. He is the fulfillment of exactly this. He is the servant. In Isaiah, for chapter after chapter after chapter, talks about my servant, my servant, my servant. And this is what he did. He said he decided to stay with the children and the wife that his master gave him. It says that God gave Jesus the heathen for his inheritance. That's us. That's everyone. And so he did not lose one that the Father gave him. We remember that. He said, I did not lose one that you gave me. And so we can have such assurance of this. And he will not leave, even if he did, we'd stay with the Father. But we know he's not leaving, because he said, we know him who said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So just have your hearts filled with so much love. And I don't know, I hope this came out okay. Alright.